Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, and I'm reading from the King James. Here's what it says. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Are you tired? It's January always feels like it is the longest 12 months of the year. We've gotten through January. We're now headed towards mid-February. And some of us, some of you, may just be weary already. Not a good way to start the year, but perhaps the most honest thing that you can say is that you're just tired. You're just tired. I want to give you a direction to look for rest. At the beginning of this year, when perhaps you're weary, when perhaps you are, as Jesus described, heavy laden, I want to point you to a place of rest. Jesus said, come to me, not to me, to him. I can do my best to give you encouragement. I, by the grace of God, bring a devotion Monday through Friday to point you not to me or to any wisdom I may or may not have, but to point you to the only one who has the answers. And that's Jesus. I am 52 years old. I'll be 53 in about 4 months, a little over 4 months. And there are still times I would have loved to crawl up in my daddy's lap and lay my head against his chest and just rest in the safety and the security of my daddy's arms. It's such a safe place. It's such a wonderful place. Children know that place, or at least they should. Fortunately, there are those that don't, but it's a safe place. That's the kind of rest that the Lord Jesus wants to give us. A place where we can figuratively crawl up in his lap, lay our heads against his shoulder, excuse me, and just trust in his arms and relax. That doesn't change the situation, changes focus. And the older I get, the more I understand there's a whole lot we cannot change about circumstances in our lives. That it's more about changing our focus, how we see things, how we view circumstances. That's probably the bigger issue. Anyway, this morning's just a word from the Word. It's not for everybody. It's for those that are feeling weary, for those that are feeling just tired. Let me point you to Jesus. Jesus said to come to him. I can't I can't do anything really for you. I can pray for you, but I'm not the one that gives you rest. It's Jesus. It's His word. It's His presence. I don't know if you've ever done this. I have multiple occasions where I've gone into prayer and really all I could do was, I'm here and I can find rest and peace in that just deep breath of letting go in His presence. That's all that's required of you today. Get into His presence. Do that. Breathe that huge sigh of relief. Let Jesus wrap His arms around you. He'll give you whatever other direction you might need. Get into His presence. He's the one that will give you rest when you're tired. He's the one that will give you strength when you're weak. Remember Isaiah 40:31. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. You ain't going to have that kind of strength if you're not spending time in His presence. Go to Him today. He's got amazing things to tell you, awesome things to show you. You'll be glad you did. This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.